One of my greatest fears is making the wrong decision, not doing what God wants me to do or what I'm quote unquote supposed to do. Many times it has caused me stress and undue anxiety. I wish I could go back in time and stop the flow of my younger self's agony over every decision. I've had many jobs in my lifetime. The last time I counted, it was 18. Some of them have been just for the moment because I needed money, and others have had larger implications for and impact on my life. Regardless of where I rank them at in their importance, two things have always been true in the acquisition of and execution of a job. In getting a job, the process has always followed the same pattern for me. And this could be for anything that's for me, not just a job. But my pattern is that I don't have to work to get a job. One of the most significant jobs or events in my life was when I was a youth pastor in Oregon, and I couldn't have orchestrated how it all happened if I tried. I had applied for this church in the first quarter of 2016. Sometime probably in February, maybe January. And I never heard anything from them, even up to the summertime. And so I decided to go back up north and work with some people in ministry that I already knew. Now, while I was working there, my job was primarily focused on adults. And I found myself singing in a teen program. And I wasn't necessarily supposed to be there because, like I said, my job was primarily focused towards adults. So I'm there, I sing my song at this program, and this pastor gets up to preach. And my friend and coworker was there with me. We were both playing hooky from our main job. And I say to her, I think that's the pastor of that church I applied to, because no one else has this name. Mind you, I am in Boston and his church is in Oregon. So I go up to him and I introduce myself to him, and sure enough, this was the pastor of that church. Now, neither of us were supposed to be in that place at that time, because he wasn't even sure that he was going to make it, but he was there doing a favor for another pastor friend that he had there. So I got his information, he got mine. This was probably towards sometime in July. And he said he would be in touch or to reach out towards the end of my assignment in Boston. So I did, and I went out there in October or November to Oregon and did like a trial run for a weekend and met everyone and preached a sermon and was offered the job a short time later. Everything just fell into place. All I had to do was show up. I don't believe in coincidences, So this was truly orchestrated by God, or it was a divine appointment, as we say. Now, on the flip side of this, there was a job in the last 2 years where I knew it was not for me because it did not follow that pattern of the ease of acquisition. This job wanted me to come and do like 3 interviews and a bunch of other nonsense. And I played along. I went along with it. And it wasn't until the 3rd interview that I said to myself, you're doing too much. This isn't for me. And it wasn't, because I was working too hard to get the job. The first thing to let you know that you're on the right path is pattern. Take some time and reflect on how things come to you, or how things that are for you happen. Write it down, do a mind map, talk it out, however you process things best, and spend some time in prayer. Now, I have the job, or I have the thing, but even though it followed my pattern, I'm still having a tiny bit of doubt that it's for me. So I'm searching for confirmation. Continuing with the example of the job that I got in Oregon, how I know that I was supposed to be there, my confirmation for that job came in the form of a dream coming to life. And I mean an actual dream that I had being played out in front of me in waking hours. This has happened to me many times, and for many different reasons. What happens is I'll have a dream specifically about a conversation. And while I'm having the dream, and when I wake up, I'll be like, who are those people? And then sometimes I write my dreams down. So like clockwork, whether it's months later or even a year later, I will find myself either having the conversation or witnessing the conversation that was in my dream, and be able to know what's going to be said verbatim. My confirmation always comes to me in the form of dreams and conversations. And of course, you can have confirmation for major and minor life moves alike, but this is another instance where you'll have to do the work of analyzing how your life works if how confirmation comes to you is not apparent. Remember these principles as PC, pattern and confirmation. Whenever an opportunity comes up, or you find yourself in a new situation or a new place, or even these current situations we might find ourselves in, ask yourself, is it PC? Did it follow my pattern? And did I receive confirmation, or do I expect to receive confirmation? Something else to consider in these situations is peace. Do I have peace? Oftentimes, when I'm somewhere that I'm not supposed to be, or I'm in a place that's not for me, I don't have peace about it. And when I don't have peace, I can't sleep. So peace or lack thereof can be an indication of not being on the right path. Another acronym for that could be PCP. Pattern confirmation piece. Don't come for me in the comment section. I already know what else that could mean as well. Looks like it's about to rain in the park that I've chosen today. So as I give you this last tip, I'm also walking back to my car. My last tip is for those whose pattern of acquisition is like mine. Easy. You don't have to work too hard for it. But just because something was easy to get doesn't mean it's not going to be challenging or a little uncomfortable once you're in it. A lot of us write off some experiences as not being for us just because they get tough. But comfort is the enemy of growth. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with my quest check. For those of you who've been with me since my first video, know that I am on a quest for passion in life again and to learn how to have fun again. And these past 2 weeks, I actually went to 2 plays. One was the Broadway production of The Lion King, which was amazing. And the other one was a smaller, more intimate play that was put on by a family friend. And both of them were awesome. I forgot how much I like going to the theater. So I hopefully will be doing more of that in the future. That's all I have for today. I'd like to hear from y'all. What are some of your patterns that you've noticed in your life? And how do you receive confirmation? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch y'all in 2 weeks.